Hello everyone, so let's discuss about factors that influence corrosion. So what causes corrosion? One is nature of the metal, second one is nature of the atmosphere. First, the nature of metal. Any five is enough. So first is position of in galvanic series. Means position of metal in galvanic series. Actually, in wet corrosion, first type of wet corrosion, which is galvanic corrosion, in that we have discussed that, means in previous video, when the metal is placed in higher galvanic series, act as anode, it undergo corrosion. When the metal is placed lower in galvanic series, it is cathode, so it does not undergo corrosion. So when you place a metal higher in galvanic series, it will undergo corrosion. This happens when two metals are in contact and exposed to an electrolyte. So first type of wet corrosion, which is galvanic corrosion, same that point you have to write. Second, relative areas of anode and cathode. If the anodic region is small, cathodic region is large. If cathodic region is big, we all know that cathode will strive for electrons. Cathode want electrons from anode. So if the cathode region is very big, then it will demand more electrons from anode. Then anode must give more electrons to cathode. Means corrosion will take place faster in anode if anodic region is small and cathodic region is large. So this is relative area of anode and cathode. In this way it influences corrosion. Third, purity of metal. Purity of metal means if pure metal contains impurities, then corrosion will take place fast. Means pure zinc metal having impurities like iron. If iron impurity is there in zinc, then corrosion will occur fast. Next, nature of the surface film. For example, in oxidation corrosion, in that dry corrosion part, first type of dry corrosion is oxidation corrosion that we have discussed earlier. In that, if that metal is exposed to oxygen, then metal oxide layer is formed. Now, as metal oxide layer is formed, if the volume of the metal oxide layer is more than the metal, then your metal is protected, right? If the metal oxide layer, outer metal oxide layer is more than the metal, then your complete metal is protected from corrosion. So if numerator volume of metal oxide layer is more than volume of metal, if numerator is greater than denominator, means this SVR, specific volume ratio, is greater than 1, then your metal will not get destroyed or metal will not be corroded because outer layer is more, that's why. So nature of the surface film also it matters. Next, passive nature of metal. Passive nature of metal means if metal is passive or does not undergo corrosion, or if any protective layer is there on the metal surface, if that protective layer or any metal oxide layer is there on metal surface, if that metal oxide layer on the metal surface is non-porous, strongly binded, so that it does not allow any oxygen or any atmospheric elements to enter in that metal, so it prevents corrosion. So this is passive nature of metal, which is aluminum, chromium, nickel are passive because they have non-porous oxide layer. Means the metal oxide above the aluminum or chromium or cobalt will be non-porous. So it will be strongly binded, which protects the metal from the external atmosphere. Next, solubility of corrosion product. Now if the formed corrosion product, if it is soluble in an electrolyte solution, then the corrosion product which is formed, when you immerse it in a liquid electrolyte solution, when that corroded part and the solution are soluble, then your corroded part of the metal, it reacts with the solution, leaving the metal surface. So your metal surface will be there. Internal fresh metal surface will be exposed to the electrolyte solution or exposed to the atmosphere, then corrosion will take place. Next, volatility of corrosion product. In dry corrosion, first type of dry corrosion, which is oxidation corrosion, as I already said, when a metal oxide layer is formed on the metal surface, if that metal oxide layer is formed on the metal surface, then that metal oxide layer, if it is volatile, means when a metal oxide layer is formed on the metal surface, when it evaporates easily, then no protective layer is left on the metal surface, then your metal is exposed to atmosphere, then corrosion will take place. So this is volatility of corrosion or volatility of corrosion product, and this happens on molybdenum trioxide, means on molybdenum metal. If a molybdenum trioxide metal oxide layer is formed, that molybdenum trioxide metal oxide, which is a metal oxide layer, it is volatile, so it evaporates easily, leaving that molybdenum behind. This molybdenum is exposed to atmosphere. Now corrosion will take place. So these are 7 types in nature of the metal. So these are the different types of natures of metal which affects corrosion. Second, nature of corroding environment. So if the nature of the environment also matters corrosion, which is humidity. Humidity means if humidity or moisture is more in air or any dissolved gases like CO2, H2S, SO2 is there, then it will attack on metal surface and corrosion will take place. This destroys the metal. One is humidity. Second, impurity. Impurity means, for example, pure impurities, metals near any industrial areas or metals are exposed to industrial areas which has impurities like CO2, SO2, H2S, HCl. Then corrosion will take place, which is dry corrosion. Third is temperature. If temperature is increased, then corrosion is also increased. This we have seen in dry corrosion, third type of dry corrosion, which is corrosion happens when hot liquid metal is poured on a solid metal, then corrosion will take place. Means hot metal liquid. When temperature is more, corrosion will be more. Third type of dry corrosion. Next, pH. Mostly metal corrodes rapidly under acidic condition. So if it is acidic condition, then the corrosion take place. The rate of corrosion will be faster than alkaline condition. Next, suspended particles. No need. Yeah, this is easy one. Easier than before. So conductance of corroding media. Now take a metal. When you suspend it in a soil, if that soil is a clay or mineral soil, then corrosion will take place. Because mineral has more conductance, which allows current to flow. So when you take a metal and bury in a clay or mineral soil, then it destroys faster. If you take that same metal and bury it in a sandy soil or dry soil, which shows lower corrosion than before, because sandy soil have lower conductance. Lower conductance means allows less current to flow, then it causes less corrosion. Last one is formation of oxygen concentration cell. Oxygen concentration cell already we have discussed in second type of wet corrosion, which is waterline corrosion. Means the metal part which is exposed to atmosphere containing more oxygen level or higher concentration of oxygen, it is considered as cathode, which does not undergo corrosion. Or the metal part which is exposed to the atmosphere containing lower concentration of oxygen levels, then it is considered to be anode. Anode means corrosion will take place. Next is control of corrosion. Yeah, this is next one. So with this we are done with factors affecting corrosion. Thank you.